We live.
And we live.
We live.
We live.
We live.
We live.
We live.
And we live.
Hey.
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 Is that too fast for you? Do I need to slow it down for you?
That's good.
It's a vibe. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. Go shed a light.
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 Hey.
Hey.
Cause we some vibes. We some vibes.
We some vibes.
We some vibes.
We some vibes.
We some vibes.
We some.
Go shed a light.
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 Hey. Cause we some vibes. Shed a light today.
Hey.
Shed a light today.
Hey.
Shed a light.
Shed a light.
Shed a.
Hey.
What you got for 'em, B?
Man, I came so hard earlier. I don't know if I got
No.
form. I ain't got nothing left, but I'm a hot one.
Okay.
Price's motivation coming through every time. When Free say
Oh.
go, man, I gotta be on time. Cause I don't play about that punctuality.
Yeah.
It's Price's motivation, man. You cannot come with me, but you can sit with me. Cause Goddesses is in the room. We got Miss Dorcas, yeah, she coming through.
Yeah.
We got Free, she gon' tell me go be. When she tell me go be, I'ma go
Go
be me.
be.
Do what I
Go
do.
be.
I'm just trying to come
Go
through.
be.
Price's motivation, naturally free. We coming through. Oh,
It's a vibe.
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 Hey.
Go shed a light.
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 Hey. Cause it's a vibe.
It's a vibe. It's
Hey.
it's a vibe. We going live. Y'all make sure y'all share
We
that
going
live.
live.
Going live. Going.
Go shed a
Going.
light.
Hey.
Cause
Free.
it's a vibe.
Hey.
Go shed a light.
Ooh. Scat then. You finna get the scat, ain't it? You finna get ready to come in.
Man, listen, how are you doing today? What's
I'm
going on
feeling
today?
good.
Feeling
The
good,
rain
feeling
tried to
great.
stop the flow, but we still hit the trail.
Oh, the
Yeah.
grind includes the weekend. If
Oh,
y'all
dang,
don't know, Brittany has a trail walk each and every Sunday at what, 12:30 p.m.?
We 12:30 now because the show is 3 p.m.
12:30 p.m. Y'all want to go get your mind right, get your exercise in, bring that nervous system up. You need to build that fight and flight system up, because sometimes you just been curled up on that sofa a little bit too long.
And you
Get
breathe
up.
different on the trail.
breathe
That's a different
different.
height
You
of
need
air. Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
mentally and physically.
Go get your mind right.
That's
She gonna
right.
get you right.
Price's motivation. Appreciate that.
Motivating you towards
Towards
success.
success.
I ain't said that in a long time.
Hey, that's a
It's been a
problem.
minute.
Thank
I
you for
know.
saying. You said it last week.
Did I?
Yeah, you said it last week.
I
In the
just-
beginning of the show.
I used to scream it all the time.
Naturally free.
But you know what?
We
You
be.
motivated me so much towards my success to where I just
Thank you, man. You giving me my flowers. I appreciate it.
You did that.
I'm so
you
humbled.
did that. I was never
appreciate it.
consistent. So
Thank you.
shout out to you and that word.
Thank you.
Y'all are tuned in to the
Appreciate it.
live. Go shut a live. Tell your friends that It's a Vibe. It's on Smash Bros Radio.
What you got
Oh.
going on today?
Oh, today at 5:45 p.m. at City Walk. Come stretch with Free. It's free. You can bring the kids, bring your energy, bring your water. It's about to be a whole vibe in the grass. 9th Avenue North, straight across the street from Legacy Arena. It's going to be a whole vibe.
Y'all pull up wherever you
Hey.
are. Hey, that's gonna be it. Sure lives. It feel good outside too.
Feeling
So,
great, feeling lovely.
Today
We
on
have a
episode 60.
It's 6 Tuesday.
Okay.
6 Tuesday. Yeah.
We on 62, episode 62 today. We got a very, very special guest in the building.
Yes.
We got the one,
Oh.
the only,
Oh.
the brilliant,
Yes.
the beautiful,
Ooh.
with that extra stank of Southern hospitality. Y'all make some noise for Miss Dorcas Pittman.
Hold up. I'm supposed to have the hand claps ready, y'all. You
Oh.
gonna have to start off. You know I'm be ready for that.
Okay.
Wait, how you do it?
I'ma say
You
Miss
ain't
Dorcas.
get 'em.
It's the 7-1 down. That's what I do now.
Okay. Hold up. We got start over. Wait, I wasn't ready.
Okay, it's gonna be different because I don't even remember.
Wait,
That was off the head. Look. Okay,
you,
so
but you know how to freestyle. though.
I'ma say
What you gonna say?
Today,
Yeah.
we have a very special guest in the building.
Uh-huh.
We have the beautiful.
Yes.
We have the transformational.
Yes.
We have the phenomenal Mrs. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you Mrs. Dorcas Pittman.
Did it play?
Oh, we got claps.
Yeah, we got them claps.
How you feeling today, Miss Dorcas?
Be here. You know, this is my very first radio appearance.
Hey,
and I get to do
welcome
it
to
on
the-
the Issa Vibe Show, Smash Bros Radio.
Yes.
Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here today. I'm like, you know what? We got to make sure. I don't know why I thought this was your first time. No, you ain't tell me that. I was going to say, I don't know why I thought this was your first time, but then when you said, I'm like, so we got to make sure we get her the Smash Bros treatment today, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all make sure y'all tune in. Y'all make sure y'all heart that thing. Y'all make sure y'all shut it live on.
Yes.
We're going to get this thing rolling. So first things first, for the people, Miss Pittman, who don't know, who is Dorcas Pittman?
Dorcas, first of all, I am a wife and mom, but by day I am a certified trauma transformation coach as well as a podcast host. And as a coach, I really focus on helping female entrepreneurs, aspiring female entrepreneurs who've allowed the trauma of their past to stop them from just going for their dreams.
Right.
I'm just here to help them remove the mask of their trauma so that they can show up authentically in life like y'all are.
Right.
And so, you know, my podcast is The Woman Behind the Brand, because it's all about women. It's all about telling our stories, because we all have a story. And The Woman Behind the Brand is all about hope and healing, and everyone getting to know the essence of the woman who's building the brand and not just what you see. And so that's me. I'm all about it.
And that's important what you said. You know, a lot of people don't realize the work, and they see what they see, but isn't the stuff that you don't see, you know.
Yes.
That's the real work. So how was on yesterday, Miss Dorcas had a summit.
Oh, yes.
How was, tell us a little bit about it, what it consists of, who it consists of. Give us some information.
The summit was an extension of the podcast, The Woman Behind the Brand Summit. We had 9 amazing panelists. We had Dr. Latoya Kastarfin. We had Sharissa Taylor. We had Sean Venable. It was local and entrepreneurs and others who are out of state.
Right.
And so we focused on the 9-to-5preneur. I call them those who, you know, have a silent investor. They go there 9 to 5, and then they also have their businesses. And it was all about inspiring other women. And we also had our full-time entrepreneurs and just being real, raw, honest.
Right.
I mean, it was everything that I could have imagined and more. Like I said, this was my very first summit. This year it was virtual, but I know next year it is going to be in person. And if this is the beginning, I can't even imagine what next year is going to be
right
like.
on. So you might need some hosts. Make sure you get being free to host that thing.
Look, I'm telling you, y'all coming on. I told you, y'all coming on the podcast when season two starts November. I want to say the 15th, and so it's all about highlighting women like you, each of you.
And what's the name of your podcast again?
It's called The Woman Behind the Brand.
Okay. And where can we find your podcast?
Season 1 was is on kbcntv.com.
Okay.
And so it's a visual podcast, and every week I have some amazing entrepreneurs, amazing female entrepreneurs on there, and just, you know, telling their stories. I mean, I have women who teen moms who took, you know, they had to just start working from age 16, and they turned their business from then into a very lucrative business now, and now their children are running that business.
Exactly.
And so I mean, I've had some amazing women on that show, and just to be able to have a platform to highlight female entrepreneurs and those who weren't born with a silver spoon in their mouths, those that have gone through some things and didn't allow life to just take them out, and they are putting all of the things that life has thrown into them. At them into their business, and it's all about impacting the world, but more importantly, impacting the kingdom of God. So
come on now.
Okay.
It's Sunday.
And speaking of silver spoons, you said you highlight a lot of people that don't come with silver spoons. And I overheard a conversation I was starting up saying that you came from the country.
Oh, yes. I'm from the country of the country. I'm from Wilcox County. I'm from a little town. This is a little town called Catherine, Alabama. Mm-hmm. And if you blink, you miss it. Alabama Highway 5 and Alabama Highway 28 runs through Catherine. We used to have a caution light, and they took that up. They took that away. So we don't even have a caution light. There's like one gas station, the post office.
Like, good old country.
Oh my God. Born and raised there for 18 years. Born on the dirt. Lived on a dirt road. Still, the house is still on the dirt road. My granddaddy raised hogs and chickens and all those things. So I'm a country girl.
So,
go ahead. Look, that's interesting information.
What is the countryest thing that you can do? Like, we'll look at you and be like,
clean chitlins fresh out the hog.
Fresh? Oh Lord!
Not out the red bucket, but the hog. No.
Yes, that's what I've
Yo, man, eat this. Yo, man, be eating this.
I ate chitlins so much I can't even eat them no more.
Oh yeah, I want to say a few months before my granddad, this is so country. You have to kill it right after the first frost, when it's you get the first frost.
So you know when to kill it?
Yeah,
cut them.
And when I was growing up, it got cold. It got we got a little chill, but you had to wait till after the first frost. And so my granddad and my uncles and my great uncles, and they'll get the big barrel and put it on the fire, because that's how you get the hair off the hog. And so, and so they would. I've literally, the crackling,
I love it.
Oh my God, you homemade crackling, oh my God, the fresh crackling. It's bringing back memories. But yeah, I clean chitlins fresh out the hog, because you have to clean their systems, and so you have to corn feed them. You have to start corn feed them to flush their system.
Corn feed?
Yeah, the corn kernels, it's corn feed.
It's corn come feed. Out. Yeah.
And so that's how you clean their systems before you kill them, and you get them, and you squeeze that stuff out and get your water hose and she's looking at and so
my stomach hurt.
But
you mad?
But yeah, I'm a country girl, but have y'all had crackling bread?
No, I haven't had the bread.
It's cornbread, but you put the homemade crackling in
you can come back here and bring us something.
I haven't had it in years.
Is pork involved in this?
It's the hog.
Well, I eat it.
But I used to go to school.
Turkey like that?
It was funny. It's a small town and everybody knows everybody. I was taking Ziploc bags of crackling to school because they called my grandma and bought some.
No, so you was trapping crackling in school.
She was like, hey, take Miss Sanders this crackling. She called me and said, send her some crackling.
No, they would have had to me a delivery fee, because you ain't fit to send me to school. And
I was literally.
How much you gonna pay?
It had to be good. They had to be good.
It's like it's not. It hadn't been. It didn't go through the the plan and the places. It was from the hog. We would sit on the bench outside, and we would cut up the fat for the crackling.
Uh-huh.
And I know that was good.
So, like I said, when I say I'm a natural born country girl, I've been citified. I've been up here since 2004.
You ain't.
What brought you here? What brought you to?
I went to the University of Montevallo.
Okay. They got good food down there.
Yeah.
You always say that.
Yeah, because it was so good. That's
all she want to do is eat.
It's funny. My husband said I got him with my my cooking, because I was raised by my grandparents, and so everything, we didn't measure anything. I don't know how to cook. I'm learning to cook for family of 4, because it was so many of us. My grandma, she would cook so much food, and so that's how I learned how to cook. But homemade cooking, all that.
Speaking of your husband, man, you said you got him by cooking.
I made him a homemade lasagna.
Oh, wait, she ain't go get the cow and then cut the beef.
Oh, no, we were look. I was up here, and funny story is I got him with my cooking and the booty because I was dancing. And
Okay.
Yeah, I got him. Yeah.
You know how you got your.
It's his cousin's fault. He told me to dance with him, but I made him a homemade lasagna, and we've been married. We just celebrated 12 years in July.
Had ricotta cheese on it.
Yes, it has.
Ooh.
There we go. Wait.
What?
How many years that was?
12.
12 years.
Congratulations.
That's a long
It sure
time
is.
to be dealing with an individual.
We ain't killed each other yet.
But that's a beautiful thing.
The subject on there.
Okay. So how did you get into being a trauma transformational coach? I bet you I can't say that 5 times.
What is a trauma?
Is a trauma transformation coach is basically taking your trauma and transforming it into your purpose. I had a very traumatic upbringing. I was molested twice. My mom left when I was 2, not because she didn't want me, but there was nothing down there in Catherine, Alabama, so she moved to Detroit. And so I was there with my grandparents, and I lived with my aunt, my uncle, and my 2 cousins, and everybody down there. But going through life and going through that childhood and not having my mom or having someone there, I would say, to talk to. I went through a lot of emotional trauma and having to deal with a lot of stuff on my own. Fast forward to college, I was raped. And all of those things. And after I had my son in 2018, I started dealing with anxiety, and then ended up having postpartum depression, almost led to suicide. And so I checked myself into Brookwood Mental Ward and started doing the healing work. And I didn't realize until I started seeing my therapist exactly how much that childhood trauma affected me, how much I had carried it into my marriage and even into my parenting. And there was so much anger and I was broken. Right. And so because I put in the work, I say the heart work and the hard work to heal, I know what it's like to be affected by childhood trauma. And because God has blessed me with the tools and the strategies and knowing not only who I am, but whose I am, I'm able to help other women transform from a life of pain to a life of purpose. So I say the purpose of the pain is in preparation for your purpose. You have to go through the pain in order to prepare you for what you're called to do in life.
Come on now.
I went through the pain because I was called to be a trauma transformation coach and to help other women who've been traumatized and who counted themselves out. And so, and it's also like, even with my podcast, The Woman Behind the Brand, it's all about spreading hope. At one point, I didn't think I could. There was no future for me. I wanted to kill myself 3.5 years ago, but look at me now. Yeah. I'm a business owner. I'm a full-time entrepreneur. And so I'm all about spreading that hope. And if you just put in the work, God didn't intend for us to just live a life of suffering.
Come on now.
He didn't intend for us to just live life broken and just surviving. He wanted us to live a life, an abundant life. And he said we'll be the lender and not the borrower. So I'm lending. I ain't. Hey, that's the thing about it. But that's my story. That's my background. And I'm all about sharing your stories. I'm an open book. I wrote my story in a book, Breaking the Silence, Christianity and Mental Illness, and how God turned 33 years of pain to push me into my purpose. And so I'm very transparent. I talk about the things that the traditional Black family don't want to talk about, that they sweep under the rug. And so
that was one of my questions. What is the trauma that you think people don't even know that they have? And can you tell it by just being around a person? You can.
There's a lot of emotional trauma. Growing up in traditional Black family, there's so many things that aren't talked about, and you think it's okay to talk to your child and things a certain way or say stuff, and we don't realize how much emotional trauma that we cause our children. I call that mama trauma. And so many people have mama trauma, not from abandonment, but not or just not being present, not acknowledging their feelings. And it shows up in your self-esteem. It shows up in being that people pleaser, like you just want that validation. And so it's that parental or that mama trauma. So many, I mean, just on this journey, like talking to different people, and even with my clients that I coach, that mama trauma is real. It is like so many people deal with it, and they wonder why they have like this self-esteem and, you know, abandonment issues, and, you know, whenever if they have a breakup or something, it really like messes with them. And just that emotional instability, people pleasing, overcompensating, because it's that self-worth. And when you're not validated or acknowledged as a child, when it's like when your parent is supposed to validate you, and when you're not validated, when you're not nurtured, when you're not talked to, but you're talked at, that right there can cause so much deep-rooted trauma that people don't even realize they have.
Thank you. Look, you're so well spoken. We need this. So y'all make sure y'all shut it loud, because this is like, I'm so excited that you're here, because these are just things we, like you said, we don't talk about. And it was a thread on Shade Room about the mama trauma. You saw that before? It was a thread on there. I want to say it was last month, and they was just saying certain stuff that, you know, having to raise the little kid, like it was a lot of certain stuff, and it was all mama trauma. People being scared to talk about it.
Do you think like a mama trauma would be a toxic mama that would be going through issues with, you know, their significant other, and the kid is just there, and you know, because
a byproduct.
Okay, because you know, it's a lot of people, a lot of women. I ain't gonna say a lot, because I don't know a lot, but I've known some women who were really toxic around their kids. And I see that it traveled on.
And the thing about it is, one thing I learned when it comes to mama trauma, that mama has a lot of trauma that she hasn't dealt with. And so that thing is generational. It's like when she's broken and she's hurting. And one thing we have to realize, that every woman has a story. And, you know, my relationship with my mom was strained for a long time, but I began to see her as a woman. Once I realized that I didn't need her to validate me, God validated me, I began to see her as a woman. And once I began to see her as a woman, I realized that she may have trauma. She may have things that she hadn't dealt with.
Come on now.
And so when you are broken, it's hard to give all of you to a child. And so that's, people think, oh, if I have a child, I have that unconditional love, especially when you are broken. That ain't, I was about to commit suicide with my son and daughter playing in the yard.
Oh wow.
Bro, like that doesn't help having a child. It's, and I like to say, when you become a parent and you have all that unresolved trauma, like you're bleeding on your child. And we have to stop that. It stopped with me and my daughter and my son. They won't have to deal with the crap that I dealt with. My husband and I both, we encourage talking about it, sorting through your feelings. We don't, you know, we want to listen to you, but we growing up, no one, you a child, stay in a child place. You know,
Can't
disregard.
express how you feel.
Can't express how you feel.
Can't ask why.
You can't. Our feelings were so disregarded.
I can't ask why. My mama used to tell me something. Why? Don't why
and
me.
Then, you know, my mom and them, I don't know if it's the difference that they from up north, or it's
probably
that's a difference. It's a difference.
Okay.
Because my siblings were raised up north with my mom, because my mom she married my stepdad, and I have a sister and two brothers, and she was like, "You're Jet." My kids are Jet and L. They was like, they say yes ma'am and no ma'am. She was like, my siblings, they don't say yes ma'am and no ma'am. And so
we were raised
it's a cultural thing. You know, we're in the South, and when you're raised up north and you're up north, it's totally different. But you know, we have to stop it. We have to stop it, and it's generational. We just, like I said, when we deal with our own trauma, you can't fix somebody else when you're broken. And oftentimes as adults, when we have those strained relationships and we have that resentment towards our parents or whoever else, we want to fix them, but you have to fix you.
Mm-hmm.
You focus on you focus on your healing, and then it wasn't until I became healed and whole and I understood who I was that I really forgave my mom, and I see her as a woman. And now we have our relationship is up and up, and because I see her as a woman.
That's what I tell a lot of, and that's always my answer when somebody say, well, like they have a hard time forgiving somebody that's done something. Like as far as a mother and father, me being a mother myself now, you have to keep becoming who you are, want to be, keep learning, keep growing, heal from things. And now you had this little person. Now you got to make sure they in line, make sure they're a productive citizen. It's so much to the point where I look at my mama and anything that I ever could feel like she's done wrong, I'm like, I can praise her, because it's like, my mama had 4. She was a single mother with 4 kids. And I got 1. And it's not easy. So to keep becoming, still make sure she good. Like my mama had to do that times 4. And ain't none of us turned out like real crazy. Real bad, real crazy. We got sense. So it's like, I said real now. But we really, like, I look at it like, and I can forget all this, forgive. Even with my daddy. Like, I know my dad was around, but the effort that he could have gave, he did. But he didn't have, and he didn't. You know what I mean? You look at so how far deep it goes back. It's like, it's so easy to say, hey, man, I give you grace because now I see.
My dad lived maybe like 15 minutes from me growing up.
Yeah.
And, Papa was a Rolling Stone. So, he wasn't there. He was there, but he wasn't there.
Right.
And so I didn't realize, because he was there, I kind of ignored the trauma that he caused, because he was there. He was accessible. He lived right there. But one thing I have learned is that we have to take our parents off a pedestal. They're human.
Anybody today.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because this is the person who birthed me. This is the seed. Because of this seed, I'm here. Because of that egg, I'm here. And so we put our parents on a pedestal. So when they do mess up, it hurts so bad, and it's harder for us to forgive them. But when you look at them as just people, when you look at them as humans, you look at them that, okay, God just put them in charge of us while we're here. They still have their own struggles. They still have the things that they've dealt with. They are just, they're doing their best. And some people don't do their best, but when we humanize them, they're human, but we put them on a pedestal, and we feel as if they can't do anything wrong. And so when they do, it hurts. So it hurts deep. It's deep rooted. And so I took my mama off a pedestal. I saw her as a woman. I'm a woman. I forgave her. I gave her grace. And my prayer is that, if there is any, unresolved trauma, unresolved hurt, unresolved pain, that she's able to one day remove that mask and heal.
Amen.
Because there's so much more. There's nothing like dropping that baggage off and releasing all of that.
Right.
Like, it's so freeing.
All right. That's, you know what? I feel better you just talking. I feel better already. So, childhood trauma with adults, and and trying to transform them. They say adults over 25 is hard to train their mind to turn them which way. Do you find that it's harder to for them to even accept it? I would say this: all of my clients are most of them have been over 25. Some of them have been older than me, 40s and 50s. And so when you get to a place where you're like, I'm tired of existing, you want to change. Right. It's just like anybody dealing with addiction. You could try to get them help all day long, but until they realize they need help. And so I wouldn't say that they can't, but they have to get to a point where it's like there's so much more in life. But literally, the majority of my clients have been older than me, and it's never too late. And like, one of my clients, she lives in Texas, of course, virtual, and to see where she was when we started working together and to see where she is now, like dealing with all that, working with me is not easy. It's not easy because you have to literally like deal with all of that stuff that you buried down deep. And so there are days where she said, I didn't even want to answer the phone. I wanted to cancel, but looking back and I remember she did a Google review for me, and she was like,
she texts me now, Miss Dorcas, I did this and I stood my ground, and before I wouldn't have had the confidence to do that. And I feel like a
Shout
mom.
Good clients that keep that progress going.
It's keeping that progress going, but it's, it's never too late. But you have to be at a point where you realize that I'm just surviving. I want to live, and I'm tired of being angry. I'm tired of being broken. I'm tired of crying by myself. I'm tired of going through the motions, and I just want to do what I have to do to heal and get past it.
Yeah, you got to be willing to work.
But,
change comes from work, and then I had accountability services, and it was like I used to pull up on people and stuff, and they used to be like, they really like, I'm not gonna take your money and play with you. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna take your money and play with you. I mean business. So it's like when people start really, it take them a minute to sit back and digest it, and then it's like they trust you because they wouldn't even came your way. So it's like they have to really sink it in, and you being consistent with what you doing. They eventually. They eventually want it. Yeah.
And the thing about it is you have to gain their trust. Like, especially when somebody's been through so much trauma, they don't trust people.
Yeah.
And I one thing I tell my clients, I am not going to drop you. They've been dropped, they've been mishandled. I was like, this is a safe place. And when I do my one-on-one coaching, and I'm an entrepreneur, so I'm working from home. Everybody's gone during the day, but I was like, I'm not gonna drop you. And it takes a while, but when they open up and they realize that this person really has my back, like she really has my back.
That's right.
Like it just like they just start spewing things out. I had a client I'm working with, and she, in one of our sessions, she just mentioned something of something that was traumatizing, that it's a secret that she hadn't told anybody, and she's in her 30s, and it was like it just came out in conversation, and to see the relief of releasing that thing, she was like, and she just started bawling. She's like, I've never told anybody that, but it's because I build that relationship. I ensure them that I'm not going to drop them. I listen, and I tell them, I'm here with you.
Right.
I'm in the trenches with you, but I'm not going to hold your hand.
A question.
Right.
I have a question about that. When it comes to your clients coming to you, pouring their emotions and everything and to you, how do you decompress from that? Because I know it has to be the most draining thing.
It's not draining.
It's not draining.
It's all God when it comes to me, because my coaching is very faith-based, and when God revealed to me that this was my lane, I was like, God, I can't take on anybody else's baggage. I can't take on their trauma because it's not mine. And so when I log off, I log off. Okay. I pray for them, and that's one thing about me. If you're my client, I'm praying for you. I'm interceding for you because I understand where you are. And so literally, when I log off, I log off.
Have you always been that way?
With my client?
Okay.
Yes, my husband will tell you, like, I've never come out of there and just been defeated or like that energy, because I leave it. I can't take that on. I carry, like I said, I carry my mom's baggage. I carry her burdens because of what she did to me. My molester, the rapist, all of those things. And it's like, I wasn't meant to carry that. I was heavy. Right. And I refuse to like put all that stuff on again. So I know that it's not mine to take on. I give it to God. I pray for them. I intercede for them. And when I log off that session, I'll make my notes and stuff like that, but I leave it there. Like, I can't.
It's bigger than you.
I get
it's bigger than me.
I was asking because, I do massage therapy or whatever. And a lot of times, I pray for the people. Anybody who's on my table, they get prayers.
I need to come holler at you.
You can pray for us if we ain't on your table.
See what I'm saying? Like, I get it. You got me back. But sometimes, after a session, I can be drained, even if they don't tell me an issue. I'm praying for them. But anytime after I have like a big day, I have to sit at home and just decompose. It don't really bother me. It's just draining. And I have to separate myself from people. And a lot of people don't understand that. It's energy. I have to sit and just be with myself and
And even because, I understand, even with you being a massage therapist, like you are massaging the tension out of their bodies. You're massaging that negative energy out of their body. And we know energy is transferable.
Contact,
Man, that skin to skin contact
It's
is
real.
Oh my God.
It's real.
Like our kids, that skin to skin contact is something serious. But so I get it. It's like all of the energy that you literally just massaged out of their muscles, it transfers. So I get it, with you being a massage therapy, with me, I'm just talking.
Right.
And one thing, like, I don't allow is negative talk. Like, no, I will shut you. Like, no, ma'am. Like, we can't be healing and you still speaking negative things. And so everything that we do is going to, like, be life-giving. It's going to be healing. We're not going back to the negative thinking. And so, with me being a trauma transformation coach, I literally have to shift your mindset, because we look at the pain as, okay, it hurt me. We have to look at our pain as, what did I learn from it? How did it strengthen me? How did it condition me? Because sometimes I sit back like, chick, you strong. Like you strong.
The pain is that strength.
A lot of us we don't give ourselves credit for real for what we do. Yeah. Like having to go through life, and especially moms. Like, not only do you have your life to take care of, but you got a kid or kids or multiple personalities, and that's gotta be.
I made a video like that yesterday.
Out to
I have
y'all.
a girl and a boy. So it's
got the best of both worlds.
I got the best of both worlds, but and my daughter, she is so mild, and she's very sweet. That firstborn, I said, God always, he set you up that firstborn, and
give you that second one.
He give you that second. And
I'm the second. My sister a hot mess.
So
say it's the second. Say it's the second.
Wait a minute, hold up. They call me the mama.
They call me the mama. I'm the third.
I'm the oldest. I'm the firstborn, but yeah, that was two personalities. Whew. Yeah,
that's for real. Like, so shout out to the mamas out there, Lord, and the fathers out there too.
Yeah, it is. Shout out to my him.
Parenthood is a serious business, okay?
Really
and I would say this just for moms: the best thing you can do for your children is to heal. You cannot pour from a broken cup. Right. The best thing you can do for your children is to heal. And as we were taught, don't be selfish. So we put ourselves on the back burner.
Come on now.
But one thing I tell my clients, not just me, but me first. When you take care of you, you have what it takes to take care of everybody else. When I took care of me, I could be the wife that I needed to be. I could be the mom that I needed to be. So that whole situation, you put yourself last, that's a lie. We have to change the narrative. You have to take care of you first, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and physically. And when you take care of you, you're in a space to where you can be the best that you can be for everybody else.
Come on now. This is Miss Dorcas Pittman in the building. Get a hand clap. Hand claps. That's what I'm talking about. Everything you saying hitting. So we definitely know that you are transforming some lives out here.
Thank you.
So about your merch and book, I saw the link in your bio. How can people you got merch?
Yes,
I got a book.
Yeah.
Book. What's the name of your book?
It's called Breaking the Silence: Christianity and Mental Illness.
And we got all these. We have so many authors coming in here.
Man, I'm telling you, because the church didn't talk about mental illness. They just called you crazy. But so many people deal with anxiety and depression.
My mom, what my mom at? I'm gonna say, where you at? I'm
telling you,
I had anxiety.
I do. Yeah,
my mama didn't know it was anxiety, so she's like, Brittany crazy.
Yeah, so, they would, and that's the thing. My cousin said, "Oh, we just thought she was crazy." But that was because of the trauma. But the thing about it is, and even in my book, I take that thing biblical. Like I point out, like there was a point where like Jesus was like depressed. He was like, "Daddy, I need you to take this from me." Mm-hmm. There's so many like prominent figures in the Bible who dealt with mental illness, but that's a topic that the church didn't want to talk about. So when in the mental ward, God gave me the title of the book, Breaking the Silence, Christianity and Mental Illness. And so, like I said, I tell my story. I tell my story of trauma. I tell my story of dealing with mental illness, anxiety, and depression because it's real.
Right.
And yeah, it's real.
And you got merch too.
Sure.
Yes, I have my apparel, my t-shirt line. I just released one for my summit. It's the shirt called "I Am the Brand" because we are our brands.
Oh, no.
And
I need one of them too.
Yes, and I have Jesus Groupie for life. I love that. That's one of my favorite boundaries. Access to me is a privilege.
Hey.
And that's my thing, like setting those boundaries and realizing that access to me is a privilege.
It
If
really
you have
is.
access to me, you better like
People
hold on to it.
they
You
take it for
better-
granted.
Don't take it for
They
granted
take it
because
for
when
granted.
I take them keys from you,
Cause you just can't pull up on me like that. Like it's
Yeah.
a privilege.
access
You
to
can't pull up on us like
serious.
that.
Like that's so people really don't be understanding.
That-
but
like,
now a
don't
lot of
be
people
me.
don't.
Cause you know me.
access. Yes, that's
Listen.
like when and like all of my
Yeah,
shirts and all
access.
designs God gave me, and it's like access to me is a privilege. If you got access and I gave you a key, you better cherish that because when it's gone, when I take that key
over.
and change them locks.
And then then you gonna be considered the bad guy.
Mhm.
You know how it go. They gonna flip it. But I'm telling
Oh,
you,
you acting brand new.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't know anybody.
Mhm.
Nah, I just understand I have to protect my peace
Come
at
on
all
now.
costs.
Yes.
and I let you hang yourself. So
That
I can
part.
assure you never come back.
That part.
Yeah.
That part. You show when they say officer when somebody show you who they are,
Mhm.
you
Believe
better
it.
believe them.
That's right.
I'm not
Mhm.
acting brand new. I just realized that you didn't need the keys to my life. You didn't need the keys to have access to
Come
me
on now.
because you didn't treat them right.
Come on now.
You mishandled them.
Come
You
on now.
mishandled me.
Come on
So
now.
guess what? I would be a fool if I continue to let you keep the keys and have access to me.
Mm.
Nah. You messed that up.
Amen. It's a Sunday and we getting us a good word in here today, baby. Pass the collection plate around. We got Miss Pittman in the building. So I want to ask you a little about something about a topic. We're gonna hit on those two. We said we're gonna like kind of leave out that a little bit before we do. But I wanna, school counseling in the schools. I wanted to ask you about it because a lot of that trauma is starting right now. You know what I mean? A lot of it is so heavy.
Did you talk to your counselor in school?
Yeah, Miss
We ain't
Smith.
talk about.
I did.
I did.
I talk to my counselor about school stuff.
I used to talk to people. Like
I
people
didn't-
used to talk to me when I was a little girl.
But I'm
like,
talking about the count. I had forgot
yeah,
all
we had
about.
Miss Smith, then we had
it.
Miss
I
Coleman.
don't
don't
even
even
remember
remember
my.
I don't remember
Like,
my counselor.
That was just elementary school,
We had a
right?
sweet counselor, Miss Smith. I don't know if she's still alive now, Powell Elementary School, and she used to like talk to us, and she would make us feel real, real warm. And if anything, you
I
want to try
know.
to go in there and talk to her about it.
We had I remember having a counselor in elementary
Yeah.
school, but I never went. I mean, it's so crazy. It be resources right there.
We just
Yes.
never become
And-
resourceful.
and, like,
You know what? She's just like my sister. She's in Orlando, and I can't remember her title, but she worked with students dealing with anxiety and depression and all of that, and just talking to her, like, these kids, like, they have, because of social media, because of all those things, like she's like, I've never seen so many cutters. She's like, these kids are cutting themselves. It's so much self-harm because they don't know how to deal with life. The life that they live and the life that we live, it's like night and
It really
day
is.
because everything is on social media. And so it does start, like, you really have to be these kids spend majority of their life at school. And so having those resources and where they can, like, really trust you. Like, a lot of these kids think they just go to school and don't nobody care, but it's like you have to have these resources, especially when they are spending all of their time at school. As much attention as you focus on sports, you need to focus on making sure they have the mental health resources, that you have people in place so that when that they can come talk to when they're dealing with things, because some of them still feel as if they can't talk to their parents.
That's true, because I work around them, and I tell you, they going to give me an earful. But I love y'all. If y'all watching this, y'all know Coach going to listen to y'all talk all day. But they definitely need that outlet.
somebody.
Definitely.
They
And
need
they be
somebody.
being bad, so I had to balance it and put them out. But then they still got to talk to me, still got to get a lunch. It's a fine line between you trying to make sure they know they wrong, keep that structure, and something that's not being taught at home. Then you still got to show
deeper.
tough love, tough love, because it's like, then I got to show y'all you still can't do this. So It's a lot with these children.
It's a lot, and I was, they have therapy and they have counseling services for kids. We just have to get out of our own way. Growing in the black family, who going to therapy? Don't tell nobody your business. It was telling somebody your business, and everything got swept under the rug. Going back is generational, and so we have to. We have to normalize getting help. We have to normalize talking to people when your child has gone through something traumatic, whether it was a divorce, whether somebody died, whether it's bullying at school, no matter what it is. If it changed their behavior, if it changed their attitude, we have to pay attention to our kids, because I talk to my daughter and my son. I can tell when my daughter's attitude has changed.
Yes,
and we said, baby, what's going on? You're not as jovial as you used to be. And so we need to pay attention and stop just saying these kids bad. They're not bad. We have to talk to them and see if there's a deeper rooted issue, because it may be a deeper rooted issue that they just need to talk through.
And stop calling them bad. Say active.
And I tell my son, there are no bad people. People make bad choices.
Come on now. Going like, I'm just acting. Like, yeah, you just acting. So we gonna which one you want to do? Which question you want to do, the kneel on or the school? Because you don't got it. Which one you want to start with? Kneel on. We'll get into kneel on. Say she baby choose.
Yes.
So we want to get your take on this. Kneel on has a long-term fiance. He's on the other side of the country. She's on the other side of the country. She recently found out that he was allegedly allegedly having an affair on the outside with someone, one of his work colleagues, but nonetheless it was allegedly going on. So what do you feel? Everybody, it's a lot of people, and I want to hit on this specific thing. A lot of people keep saying he cheated on Nia Long for her.
Listen,
let's take
your mama got cheated on. My mama got cheated on.
Okay, Nia Long's still human, and we don't know what goes on behind closed doors.
That's right.
Everybody got an opinion. They on opposite sides of the country. It's Nia Long.
Right.
We going back to putting these celebrities on pedestals.
Anybody on
pedestal. She Nia Long. Look, the girl, she Nia Long, but what? Just like everybody else get cheated on, she can get cheated on too. Yeah. But why she a long-term fiance though? That should have been.
That was like you said. That's what what your husband said. That was the first thing I thought when I said it. I'm like, it don't say husband. I kept saying I thought they was married, but they have not crossed that line yet. So,
but the thing about it is now the problem is they suspended him as a coach, right? Yeah. What they got to do with it? Yeah. What does that? They are not married. Yeah. They are not married. They are not married. They are not married. You messing with that man Cohen because do I condone it? No. But he cheated. I don't condone it. They're not married. But literally, was he their boss? Mm-hmm. Of course, if it was that person's boss is fraternizing, right. But why are you messing with that man Cohen though?
Yeah, they not married. That's a good point. I didn't think about that. They not married. So is he actually?
Get that man his coin. He got caught.
Yeah.
They ain't married though. Let's talk about that.
You're single.
And ready to mingle.
That's a good point. What you think, Free?
You're single until you're married.
Until you sign that paper.
So everybody's saying like he cheated on her with her. What you feel like as far as it being Nia Long?
It don't even matter.
Yeah.
Like,
it's crazy people still even thinking like that in 2022.
Hold on.
They put people on pedestals. Like even like the governor and police officers, and these are people, and these are they are who they are.
Yeah,
you can't change people from who they are.
They have a choice. Look, we can't make decisions for anybody else. Everybody have to make a choice. But they weren't married though.
They weren't. That's the main point you saying right there.
Exclusive.
They was not.
They were exclusive. They're exclusive.
And she was just finna move to that side of town after all of this
she better
time.
be glad.
But hold on. But the thing about it is, this allegedly just happened. How do we know that this hadn't allegedly been happening?
She knew. Cause I ain't finna be
on the whole side of the country with your with your old man on the whole other side of the country. Shout out to Nia Long though. You still beautiful. Hold your head up, and
still beautiful.
And it's gonna come around again. That's the importance of not losing yourself when you are in a relationship, when you are in a marriage, when you are in a partnership. Keep yourself going, keep yourself up, because even if something happen, you still hold your head up. You walk up high, and you snatch you another. I just
I mean, but the thing about it is, you know, how long have they been together?
I think 10 years maybe.
Oh,
Might have been longer than that. I think it's 10 years.
I want to ask them why they ain't gonna get married and be together that long.
Like, I agree with, it's something about, I don't see Nia being I don't see commitment in her. I don't see that.
She just need to bring somebody to the family barbecue.
She seems like she like to move how she want to move.
Yeah, okay, some people just want that life partner.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, might be me.
This life partner. Your husband is your life partner.
Yeah.
It's just all in the wording. You know what I mean? It's all the same.
Just sign this insurance
get that paperwork
policy.
done.
I sign mine.
Don't get that paperwork
If I mess up, then you can't be mad because we ain't together.
No. Okay, Nia. Okay, Nia. So, Dorcas, you gonna let them know where they can find. We need to know what you got coming up, and we need to know how they can find you on all platforms.
I am. Oh, this is big for me. I am releasing the Women of Hope magazine next month. Yes, like I told you, I'm all things healing and hope, and so this magazine is gonna be dedicated to highlighting like bosses, female entrepreneurs, women who have overcome adversity. I have oh my God, I have someone writing an article about domestic violence and, you know, being a breast cancer survivor. It's all about hope and healing. So that's what's coming up. I'll be speaking on Friday at a domestic violence luncheon in Tuscaloosa, hosted by the VA. But you can, you know, catch me on Instagram and on Clubhouse at Coach_DorcasP. My website is www.dorcaspittman.com.
Hey now,
Mrs. Dorcas, you are very well spoken. And
Thank you.
So that's good. I can hear the expressiveness, and you know, so yeah.
This is my jam. This is my vein. I'm all about, you know, we got to bring awareness to stuff, and we got to talk about the stuff that people don't want to talk about. And if I have to be the one to ruffle some feathers, well, that's your problem, not mine.
That's right. If you're saying everything right, you're saying something wrong. They got to make sure they get in there and get along and work it out. Crisis motivation. Y'all make sure y'all following out.
Listen, our camera is frozen, so we gonna have to freestyle this thing.
Okay. So what you got, Free? We finna close on up. What you got?
All right, so today at 5:45 p.m. at City Walk, bring your yoga mats. We are stretching. We are doing some small mindfulness, little meditation, nothing major, because people love to walk up on us, and that's what we got going on. So bring your energy, bring your kids, bring your yoga mat. If you need some water, bring that to 5:45 p.m. at City Walk. Also, this Tuesday, I am hosting a Schmoga night. Undisclosed location. Let's medicate and meditate. You will get the location the day of the event. It's gonna be a whole vibe. Come be free. I got what her name is, Drea Boykins. She gonna do some restorative yoga, some meditation, closing us out. I got a chef. We gonna eat good. So you know it's gonna be a whole vibe this Tuesday. Today is the new moon, so we're gonna clean out any negative stagnant energy, and you know we gonna bring in some new opportunities, some new feelings, some new vibes, and all that. You know, so
Birmingham Badu in the building.
Birmingham Badu, you feeling big free? What you got going on, B?
1186, get your fix. They gonna be down here. Let me tell y'all real quick. I
need to put this on my calendar.
This water is amazing, y'all.
Thank you.
Oh my God,
Thank
this water,
you.
like I haven't drank bottled water in a minute. But this 1186 water is
Toya, they will be down here on October the 1st in Hoover from 10 to 2. So be looking now. They're going to have some more announcements on the page. Go and follow 1186 Water on Instagram. Y'all make sure if you need some water, if you don't feel like leaving the house, you can cash up me. Put your address in the subject. I will bring you your cases. You got to throw some gas in there. I'm your Birmingham brand ambassador. 1186, get your fix. We're going to just focus on 1186 today because they're my people and we working and we got some stuff on the way.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all be free, my loves.
Peace.